Hello everyone, welcome to the Master of Software Testing batch number 5 and the orientation session for the manual testing. So what we're trying to do starting from today is to introduce you to how the MoST-V, which is Master of Software Testing batch number 5, is gonna work and operate, how you could enroll for the program, what this program will be all about, and then we will quickly jump into the orientation session for the upcoming manual testing. How we're going to do, what we're going to do, everything we will walk you through as we go along. Along with me, I also have my co-trainer Shankar. Shankar, how are you doing?
Everyone, I'm good, thanks.
All right, great. So let me quickly talk about Master of Software Testing for a few minutes, and then I will hand it over to Shankar to walk you through how the manual testing and some of the test management, defect management tools is going to be taking on to train you all in the upcoming few weeks, how that program is going to work. So to begin with, team, I'm going to talk about the approach towards MoST-V. MoST-V is by far the most prominent course that we offer as part of IT eLearn. The concept here is very simple. How can we make you a master of software testing? What could we do in a period of 3 to 4 months that will shape up the entire career, and it will set you on a road to success through getting your first job or migrating you from an existing field which is non-IT into IT industry and so on. Primarily, as this document shows, here is a small approach. Yes, we did a detailed orientation session a few weeks back. If you are interested, you could go back and look at that. You will find that on our website itelearn.com. Now, as you see, the primary intent is how can we get you to master software testing, and what we're looking at is not to master every component of it. It's going to be impossible to do it within 3 months, but we're looking at least 2 or 3 areas that you can really build as a skill and go as a master with a lot of confidence to the market. What could those skills be? For example, just as an example, manual testing and Selenium, or manual testing and QTP/UFT, or database testing and any of these, or mobile app testing with Selenium. So a combination of 2 or 3 fields that we expect you to master in the first 3 months. You will have access to the entire catalog of courses that are as per the Master Software Testing program for 3 years. So anytime in the 3 year, let's say you get into your job, you start working, and suddenly you realize that hey, you need to be learning some other tool which you've not got a chance earlier. You can go back and still run run those videos and or attend any of the upcoming live sessions. Now, what this program will have, team, is that there's a lot of time and effort that needs to be spent from your end. All right, so you need to be able to dedicate a few hours every week to be part of this program. There is no point in joining this program if you expect spoon feeding. You will be divided into teams, into groups, and you'll be doing a lot of group study, a lot of group activity, and group presentations. In that small group of about 10 people each, you would see how each of you help each other and make sure that you go deep dive into the topics and really get to know the concepts at a very, very detailed level. Apart from the fact that we will make sure that the training is very intense, you will also see that the live projects that we put you through will get you that required hands-on experience, will get you the required referenceable projects on your resume that you can put and very confidently go and attend interviews. Especially for someone who's not worked in QA or specific automation testing field like Selenium or QTP earlier, this program is an excellent launching pad because it will give you the skill, it will give you the hands-on exposure, it will also give you references for project work that you do with us. These are actual live projects that we take you. So as part of it, what we try and do is we start with the manual software testing, a combination along with QC/ALM, Jira, and Bugzilla. That is the first thing that we are trying to address. And this is where we are today. Our intent is to try and launch through this step number 6 at the moment. As we go along, for people who are part of MoST-V, you will also see that the basics of HTML, MS-V, and database testing are something that you will go through parallelly. Now, what we will be doing going forward, team, is dividing you all into teams as part of MoST-V. So, primarily, team, if I can take a quick paint as a background, MoST-V is like a mega program team. Okay, everything that we do is part of this. So there is a manual testing component here. There is database testing. There is HTML, MS Office. Each of the circles representing them. QTP Selenium, mobile app testing. Then we talk about some web services. We talk about ALM, Jira, Bugzilla, and so on, and many other how to prepare for job interviews. A combination of lot of things put together. Out of this, what we're saying is we're expecting you to master one or two or maximum three things in the first given 2 to 3 months time. After that, as your job need arises, as your interest level increases, you can come back and learn each of this. So today we are talking about the first block, which is the manual testing. So when you are enrolling for the training, you can enroll just for manual testing if you're interested only in that course, or you can also enroll in the overall program, which is MoST-V, and take advantage of everything else. The reason we recommend you to at least take manual testing along with an automation tool is because manual testing is like a basic level. It is a given. Every software test engineer is expected to know manual testing. Whether they know automation or not is irrelevant, but manual testing is mandatory. So if you go to a job, along with you there are 100 other people who are attending the same interview who all are good in manual testing. There's no one who's bad in it. So that is your foundation level that we are laying. But to build on this, you need at least one or two strong tools team, and that is why automation is needed. So manual testing is mandatory, but you need to add on to it with some kind of tools. Just by saying that, hey, I'm very good in manual testing, I know quality center or ALM, will really not help you in the market team. You have to go further and try and build some other automation tool. Most famous one is Selenium, or web services, or database testing, or QTP, and so on. So you have to pick a combination. So that is your choice how you want to do. It all starts with your goal team. So set your goal and see how you want to go through it. And if you're ready to spend at least the next coming 1 month very strongly on these two areas, manual software testing and manual testing live project. So once you decide that yes, this is the area of focus for me, it will become easy for you to go forward. Like I was talking about, there will be a lot of team based learning, a lot of execution through live projects. Your participation is going to be very, very active. So you cannot say that, hey, I will try and attend. No, you have to do it. You have to do it totally. Either you take, like I pictured in the diagram, just a manual testing program, or you take the entire MoST-V, because you either way need to buy a combination of few of them. All right. It can be part of videos, it can be part of live training. You'll also see live projects coming along. So there's a lot of content that goes into it. End of the day, team, um, I do agree we are not one of the most cheapest courses from a price standpoint, because we believe in what we give. We believe in the value that students get, and more than the money you spend, it is the time and effort that you put in along with us that is got a lot more value. So like I was saying, master software testing is all about interactions, how you go about presentations, how you go about interacting with the team. All of those great elements will really help you out. Now this is part of MoST-V, and there is a video that you'll find on our website for MoST-V. You can watch that video to be able to get a good idea. Let me go in Chrome, please. I'm just quickly walking you through the online course events which I did recently. MoST-V. Do you see this, everyone? So once you go there under Master Software Testing 5, I will also put it under chat for you all, so you can pick up that link. You will find the orientation session for this specific Master of Software Testing. So do watch this, do look at what we're doing there. It will give you a great amount of information that may be helpful. Okay, all right, great. So I've got that for you. And now that's master software testing. Like I was saying, the orientation session video is here, about 27 minutes. So if you really want to invest a little bit of time and go through it, you should do that there. Now let's talk about manual testing team. As part of what we've done over a period of last 6 years, we have built incredible amount of content on various topics team. So if you look at, for example, online courses, you will see right from QA training, QTP, Selenium, web services, mobile testing, core Java, ISTQB, security testing, ALM, database, master software testing essentials, performance testing using load runner and JMeter, Python, Informatica, proactive testing, PMP, MS Office, HTML, and job placement training. Okay, so these are the different courses that are offered as part of IT Learn. And if you are looking to join any of them, you can go and look at our pricing page. You will get all the details about what course is available. There's a small video which will also walk through what you can select and so on. So here are the price details for every course that we offer that is listed out here, and you can get access to them. Definitely make sure that you read some of these points which are there below. It will help you get a good understanding. Now, if I go back to the online courses and just focus on the QA training videos, this is the manual testing. So far we have done multiple batches. You will have access to the software testing fundamental training videos that I've done, which covers a lot of concepts, and then some recent live trainings that we have done in one in Feb, and there are access to live projects as well. Live projects are very interesting team. What that will do is it will show how old participant batches have gone through and executed a live project on a real application, and that they could take and put it on the resume. So all of this library of content, videos, tutorials, documents is something that you get as part of the package. So for example, Jira tutorials are here. Then the content is protected unless you log in as a member. You will not be able to access all the content. There are some free videos. Most of them are definitely protected for members only. Now this is QA software testing. You can also look at the recent live training that we did in Feb. This is what Shankar had performed earlier. In a similar fashion, he is going to go through. So not only will we cover a few sessions live, but you will also get access to hours and hours of good high quality content that you can take offline, and start offline in the sense after the live sessions. You can really groom yourself. So that was online courses that I was talking about. Now I can also show you the live projects. Live projects primarily are the ones where you do everything. You come to us and you present. All right. We don't do anything in that. What we do primarily, when I say we don't do anything, is we look at as a panel of participants. We see what you've done. We see how you've done things, and then we try and give you feedback on how you're supposed to do it, how things work in live environment, in a real life scenario, and give you a lot of guidance there. All right, because when we train, we just speak about what you're supposed to know, but when you do live projects, you actually come back to us and say that, okay, this is what we've learned and this is how we do. So that's why it becomes extremely important team for you to involve in live projects as well. So right now I've spoken on three things. In MoST-V itself, I'm going to create a new document here. I'll call this as, for now I'll put it here. This is called QA Live Training July 2015. Okay, so QA Live Training July 2015. Shankar, you do have access to this folder, right? Yeah, Shankar, you do. Can you log in as
Yes,
well
Karthik.
to this folder?
Yeah,
So once
sure.
I'm done, you can take over and start writing down some notes on how you'll approach. Okay. For this, as I said, you will have access team to the software testing fundamentals, all the tutorials there. You'll also have access to the live projects. So do note, team, there are two levels. One is QA Live Training, then we have QA Live Project, and then we have ALM Live Training slash videos. So there are different components: live training and videos. Videos is by default, which comes with everything. ALM is the only one, I believe Shankar will explain, that we will guide you through as videos, because if we have to start helping you out with doing it again, the software becomes challenge, and that's why we will, however, guide you how and what you should be doing to get there. So there are three components that you're looking at, and an option of Master of Software Testing. So here are the various four courses that you could opt for. You could, if you, once you take Master Software Testing, everything gets included, or you can just take live training and videos. After you take this, you will be able to then get eligible to take project and videos, and then you can get ALM live training videos. So combination, the prices and all that, I will have my team send it to you so that you can look at and choose, and then be able to start on it. Shankar, once you have come to this document, which is there in MoST-V folder, I can hand it over.
I got it. I got it. Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Okay. So should I make you the presenter?
Yeah, please.
Okay, great. So let me introduce you to Shankar, everyone. Shankar has been with ITLN for the last few months, but he's been with the IT industry for almost a decade or close. He's been working in a very uh, um, technical QA role for a very long time. He's currently working with a multinational organization, and he is also leading a team of QA professionals. He's been executing multiple projects. He's the one who's got a very strong hands-on skill in this area. Great thing about Shankar, not only does he bring the technical expertise and the skill that is required for training, but he's also got a lot of experience in training hundreds of professionals worldwide. So that experience, along with the fact that we've been doing it together in IT Learn on some of these courses, I'm very confident that he will do a brilliant job. I will be there part of the system, but the main training will be conducted by Shankar for this upcoming QA live training. Once it comes to QTP, Selenium, and so on, I will start taking over and I'll start working with you on that. But right now, I'm handing over to Shankar. He's going to be the one who's going to walk through some of this for the next 10-15 minutes, and then we'll be happy to take all your questions. So, Shankar, I make you the presenter. See if you can start to share your screen and take it forward from there.
Sure, Karthik. Yeah, hope you all can see my screen as well as you can hear me good at this moment. Is the audio and the video clear? Can one of you confirm, please? Okay, thank you. So, what are we going to do? Yeah, thanks. What are we going to do as part of this QA live training and videos? I'll really, Karthik has covered pretty much on the introduction part of it. But what I'll do as part of the detailed orientation, I'll be discussing about what are the topics that we're going to discuss in this QA live training. Some of them will be, detailed discussed as a live courses, and some of them are already covered by Karthik as part of the, previous sessions, which you will have actually walking through as videos. Okay, but typically what you're going to learn by end of when we say QA live training is done or you have done through videos, what you're going to learn is these are some of the important topics. No, I'll just put the topics. It's not going to be everything in life. I'll be touching upon some of the very important things that you will be required, and some of them I will let you know exactly which video you have to walk through. Nothing can be done more than that, even if I do it live, because those are pretty much covered in the videos. But let's see what are the topics that you need to know. At fundamentally, when you wanted to start as a test engineer, you should understand basically what is testing is all about. Okay, I'll just put the topic names. It doesn't mean that you need to start at this fundamental level. So you should understand what is what is the importance of testing basically, or why we need to know, or why we need to do the testing for the software projects. So we may start at defining very fundamental level what is software is all about. Like, there are different types of software that you come across in your day-to-day life. It could be products that you have seen. It could be the application softwares that you have come across, different applications on your mobile devices, computer, laptops, etc. So whatever the form of it, why we should give importance to the testing, why we actually focus on the testing, that probably in some of the orientations you might have heard from Karthik and me previously, but we'll drill down a little bit of it. It's a concept thing that you will get it from the video also. Then we'll talk about what are the different when you actually do the testing, what are the different issues that you will identify. So through my discussions of live training, you will come to know what exactly mean by a defect or a issue, or, because we will be practically reporting these defects in a IEEE standard format. So before that, you need to be aware of the definitions of what is meant by a defect, issue, or an error, or sometimes people call it as an incident. So we will be walking through different forms of these definitions of, which we generally, it's basically something that you're expecting in the application is not working as per the expectations. So how do you name it as? Yeah, you can even call it as a bug, as some of you are just trying to give it. There are different forms of them, so we'll try to understand what are those different names. Okay. And we'll look at some of the critical classical issues where some of the important defects have created a lot of problems in the software. To understand the much more important, as you all know, there are different domains in which softwares will run it, like financial domains, banking domains, healthcare domains. So and we'll see the criticality of these issues in those areas, so that you can give a lot of value to the testing career that you're going to do it, and how much responsibilities that you have as part of part of your career of testing. Then we'll walk you through some of the important development life cycles. So basically software development life cycles. It's not that I will be there are some videos for this which covered as already covered. Development life cycles like waterfall model that you have to be familiar, a V model that needs to be familiar, and the latest trend in the industry is the agile model. So I will be explaining in the live orientations about in brief about each of them, and then you need to walk through the videos that are already there. The current industry where we are currently looking at, the models are is all agile. What does that mean is we are trying to deliver the software in a faster mode compared to the previous waterfall where we used to do 6 months projects, 8 months projects, and 1 year projects. Now we are trying to deliver every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks. So because that's how the customers are expecting it, we cannot do such a luxury time of projects like 6 months anymore now. So we'll try to understand what are these different forms of agile models, in which I will be trying to cover up some of the things that you might have heard about, like Scrum, extreme programming, etc. Different forms of agile methodology. Then we'll understand the software testing life cycle. Apart from development life cycle, you should even to understand how does the testing team follow certain life cycle, and what are the activities that will be done. So you can call this as STLC, software testing life cycle. The previous one is SDLC. Okay. So even though you're a test engineer, you should be well and clear with the concepts of software development lifecycle, because when you go for an interview, people might ask you, which phase of the life cycle you have written the test cases, or and what are the basis for you to write your test cases. See, the main things in this we are going to cover is how do you write your test cases or test scenarios, how do you make the defect tracking, and how do you do the test reporting. These are some of the things that are the practical aspects of it, which I will be walking you through when we do this live training. But even to reach to that level, there are certain concepts that you have to be familiar. I will be showing you the exactly which video you have to go through to get those concepts and all. So people will be asking you what are the different phases of SDLC that you have participated, and which phase of the life cycle you have written the test cases, on what basis you have written the test cases, and what are the different black box, white box testing methodologies that you have used while writing test cases, so etc. For that, you'll have to understand the complete SDLC models. Similarly, you have to understand testing lifecycle models, because everything comes with a planning. We don't just do these testing activities and ad hoc. So there is a clear test planning activity that happens, followed by there are test designing activities that we will be doing it, then execution activities you will be doing it. All this you either do it in a tool. There are certain tools like test management tools, as Karthik walked in the orientation, that ALM is one of the tool. Or if you're just talking about only bugs, you can use the Bugzilla tool for that. Or you may be using, there are other tools in the market, like we'll be walking you through them, what we have. Pretty much we have covered most of the management tools that are popular in the market in today's world. So we'll understand software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle. Then we'll talk about testing methodologies. Basically, I just gave few names, like you will be clearly understanding with our discussions, like what is a black box testing is all about. You will be understanding what is a white box testing is all about. A black box testing, white box testing, and some of you might have even heard about gray box testing also, which is a combination of them. So I'll be kind of giving you details on what are these three methods. And if you look at the industry wide, around 70 to 80% of the projects will be using this. And in white box testing, you need to do a kind of testing on the program itself. So this requires certain programming skills. So mostly development team, the extended development team, or some of the test engineers who are capable of validating the white box, the program, they will be doing it. And in certain organizations, they will try to combine both black box and white box. So majorly we'll walk you through black box testing techniques, because that will help us in writing the test cases. So the next important thing what we're going to do is writing the test cases. So for that, you should understand some of the black box testing techniques. So the meaning of black box here is, whatever the project you're going to test, you don't need to have any knowledge about what is the technology that is being used, whether it is being developed in C#, Java, or what is the inbuilt technology in that. You don't need to aware of that programming at all as a test engineer. All that you are going to do is consider it as an application and ensure its functionality is fine, its load and performance is fine, it is working on different platforms and different operating systems and browsers, etc. Security wise it is fine, right? Compatibility wise it is fine. So those things you're going to check, but you're not going to really validate the program behind it. That will be done in white box testing, and that's mostly done by the extended development team. Here, what you're going to learn and what you're going to work in the industry is majorly is the black box testing technique. So that's why we'll spend some good amount of time in understanding black box testing techniques. There are some techniques like boundary value analysis, equal class partitioning, error guessing techniques that will help you in writing those test cases. So these, some of them you will get it through my live session, some of them will be the combination of videos. The next thing, as I kind of mentioned in the headline, we will start looking at how do we write test scenarios, how do we write test cases. So as soon as you join as the test engineer in any organization, in any project, the first and foremost deliverable that is expected by you is basically writing these test cases. These are all concepts that you need to aware of to come to that level that we will be doing it, but the deliverable as such, the test artifact that you're going to deliver, the first thing is about writing test cases. And while writing the test cases, there is a IEEE standard format that we will follow, that is followed in most of the organizations. We'll use that and we'll understand that. So basically what I'll do it, we'll take up a project, as we said. will understand certain requirements of that project, and based on those requirements, I will show you by writing a couple of test cases, and then there will be a good amount of work will be given to you, wherein you have to go back, spend some time at home as a practical, and you need to write the test cases for them. Basically, you need to build that attitude of testing, thinking about positive, negative on that application. So we'll try to inculcate those kind of testing attitudes as we go through. So that is the first thing, the deliverable that you are going to do. So we'll talk about writing test scenarios and test cases. It's majorly the first thing that we'll try to attempt. It is all about functional testing. There are different levels of testing. So probably I'll walk through them also a little bit before only. Levels of testing. There are different levels of testing, like unit testing. It starts at the unit level. Unit testing. Then we have something called integration testing. And then we have system testing. And finally, system is also known as something called end-to-end testing. So I will be kind of walking through each one of them. Forget about unit testing for now, because it's always done by the development team itself. So when the developers are not going to just write the code and throw it to the testing team for the testing, they are also going to do some validation. So this is always done by development team. But the other things like integration testing, system testing, and there will be a acceptance testing that our business team will do when you sign off your project for the users. So we'll talk about those different levels, but here what we're going to do majorly is on the system testing, and one variant of that is, again, it's a functional testing. So you'll be writing the test cases and test scenarios for that. Then after that, what we'll do, I will be showing you these test execution on the project. So we'll take the project, and on whatever the basis you have written the test cases, we'll go and execute them. We'll go and execute those step-by-step test cases on the project, and then we'll see whether it is working as per the expectations of the project or is deviating from the project. So you will come to know when we are executing, and wherever we have the deviations, so we will look at how do we do this defect tracking, or how do you deal with this concept of defect management, and we'll see this practically. So whenever you write a defect or whenever you report a defect, what are all the information you have to give? What are, again, there is a standard format that is followed in the organization. So we'll talk about different fields within the defect tracking tools. Things like, what is severity, what is priority. There are a lot of concepts that you need to know, and we'll give a lot more examples of, because not every defect that you find is of same criticality. Right, so and the same thing expected by the project team, that you don't log everything of same criticality. So there are different categories of criticalities that we'll talk about when we do this. So that's one thing, and that's where the tools like Bugzilla will come into picture. So you can use either Bugzilla tool, or you can use the ALM tool itself for even to write the test cases. Also, you can use ALM tool. We'll start with Excel first, because that's where even the real projects, people will write them in the Excel, and then they'll be exporting them into any of the test management tool that they're going to use, like ALM or any of the tools. And then execution, I will show you how you can update these results again back in the Excel as well as in ALM, how you can update them. Coming to bugs, you can either use the Bugzilla tool, or you can use ALM, or you can use Zira. So that's the whole heading that we have done it, right? QA Live Training plus these tools. So by end of this 1 month that we are trying to do, you will be getting familiarity, in fact, a practical experience of all these manual test case writing, as well as using these tools, followed by executing your projects, tracking defects. And then we'll also talk about test reporting. Fine. So you have done with the testing, then how do you give the status back to the team, the project team? It could be on a daily basis, or it could be on a weekly basis, depending on what life cycle that your team is following. So you will be generating a daily status report saying that, today I have done this much of testing. I have executed, let's say, some 12 test cases, 15 test cases based on the complexity of them. And let's say 2 of them are failed, 10 are passed. and within the two I found like two defects. I logged them. One is of high critical, one is of low critical. So these are all the expected deliverables. Whatever I'm kind of highlighting them are the deliverables that you're going to do in your day-to-day activities of test engineer. The other things are a lot of concepts that you need to aware of it to get through the interviews, to pass through the interviews, because people will ask you, hey, can you explain what is integration testing? Or can you explain what is the difference between integration and system testing? Or can you talk about load testing, performance testing? So those are, you need to definitely aware of it. But this is what end of the day, when you join as a test engineer, you're going to do practically in that particular project. So once I walk you through these highlighted things in our live orientations, you will be kind of ready to do the project. So that's when again we'll take a project, and as Karthik said, you will be divided into different groups, and mostly you all will be doing this project, and me and Manoj will be kind of helping you, or not really helping, I would say kind of suggesting you, giving you the tips and tricks, what you should do, what you should not do when you actually do this project, or when you write a test case, or when you track a defect. So you all will come and present it in those sessions, what you have done as a team. So it could be around 4 or 5 teams with around 10 people, a good exposure to do the project. You'll face a lot of challenges that you will put across, and then we'll try to give solutions how you should come across them in the real situations. So mostly these non-highlighted ones are pretty much videos are available which are done by the Karthik over a period of time, and they are very good, excellent videos. Only thing what I will be doing in the sessions is I will be kind of recapping them. Wherever it is important, I will be recapping them. If somebody has any questions from those videos, I'll be happy to take up them in our live sessions and kind of explain you. For example, SDLC model. You have gone through the software development lifecycle models, and some of you have a question on a V model. I'm happy to explain it again if possible. So if it requires more explanation, I'll happy to do that. But the first thing that starts from you is, as he just showed you in the ITLN website, you can start going through those recordings, and definitely when I do a recap, it will be easily remember for you, because you might have some questions when you're watching through. You can put them in the discussion, and then we can make it as an interactive session, and then we can complete on these non-highlighted topics. The highlighted topics are the one that I will be definitely walking you through them as a live sessions, and then you all will be doing as a reverse knowledge sharing, or whatever it is, or reverse knowledge applicable on a project. You try to do that on the project. Okay. So over a period of these, you will be definitely introduced to the tool like Zira, Bugzilla, and I will be showing you on the ALM trainings that we have recently done it. If not exactly the latest version of software that I can give you, which is ALM 12, but I can give you the previous version of it, ALM 10 or Quality Center 10. If you wanted to practice, I can share that software with you, and you can do that. ALM 12, I will be explaining you what is a hardware constraint that we have. Even if I give you, you will not be able to install, because you need a pretty complicated software, hardware, which is where you need to deploy the server and everything. So we'll talk about all that, and you will be definitely going through those videos, and you get a lot of content on how you do this ALM test management. So any questions that you guys have at this moment with respect to the first two things? Forget about ALM for now. I'll be explaining in the regular, but with the QA live training and videos, the first topic, and QA live project and videos. So we'll be happy to take up. I'm sure Karthik might be also there. Yeah, Karthik is also there. So both me and Karthik will help you if you have any questions. And then we'll wait for the next session that's going to come, where we will be starting up with some of the concepts to just give you an idea where you can go through, and I will be talking about some of them. But otherwise, we'll start with these deliverables in the upcoming sessions. So any questions that you guys have at this moment? Karthik, anything that you wanted to add?
Uh, I think Shankar, you've done a good coverage of what they can expect over the coming few days. This one thing I want to tell them is the schedule for the sessions will be shared by the team. It may be using the same link that you have right now through which you attended. It may also be a new link that will be shared with you. So stay tuned for communication on it. That way, we'll be able to easily help you out with any questions. Now, at this point, do you have any questions for us that we can take? Do put them in the chat so that we can start to answer them. So, team, just make sure that all your questions are being put in the chat so we can take them one by one and start answering. Time would be the same every day. So, Shweta, we are looking at this time. Alternately, it may happen that we may do it at a different time. So, the schedule and the time, the dates will be shared over email. How many sessions, if for free? I'm assuming it is how many sessions are for free. I believe the first day one and day two will be demo sessions that you can attend to get an idea. Alternately, you can also visit itln.com and there are plenty of demo videos out there. In fact, if you go and visit our YouTube channel, you will see there's so many free content out there that you can start readily watching. So for the not highlighted, we have to just watch pre-recorded videos. So Vijay, the ones like Shankar was saying, he's going to take and focus the ones which are most critical. Then there is a lot of other knowledge that you will need to know. However, we will give you the guidance and we will handhold you and tell you which ones to watch, how to watch, and when you're watching, what do you do, and so on. How many sessions every week? We typically will have 5 sessions, Monday to Friday, 1 hour each. In YouTube, we are not able to identify where to start and where to end, Karthik. That is true. So, Shankar, if you quickly go through itln.com on the website, we'll tell them where they can start seeing the free videos. So, if you're not a member, if you visit itln.com as a visitor and you go to any course that you're interested, you will see that once you click on that course, the free videos, the videos which are demo videos, which are not paid, are all available on itln.com itself. In YouTube, they may not be sorted in the way you expect, but on the website, it will be. All right. Will you conduct mock interviews? So what we're doing is, as part of live project, yes we do. As part of live training, we don't get the chance, but once you go to the live projects, we will get an opportunity to be able to do that. In terms of projects, is it real life project? Yes, Chintan, we take actually an application that we're working on, either be it for a client or it could be our own internal work, and before we release it, we need to test it. So these are real projects that needs predominant effort, significant amount of testing effort, and that is why they are real life projects. You can give us brief description of agile, sure Ashwin, but then today is not the session. It's just an orientation to get you accustomed to what and how things will run. That's about it for today. Once we get into day one, day two, Shankar is gonna drive through that. Are you going to put today's video on ITLN? Yes. So once you log into our website, you will be able to go under live events on top. You will see for this as manual testing. Can you show that, Shankar? Which page will be there? Just navigate to the menu bar at the top, please. Scroll up.
Sure, Karthik, just give me one.
So under events.
Sir, what was the question?
So,
Okay.
so they were saying, where will we find this? So you see the first event,
Okay.
which is called QA. What is that? Manual testing live training. You will find that under this banner, under this link. You will find today's video hosted there in the coming few hours. I'm a member. Do I need to pay anything extra to do this project? I just finished day 4 of manual testing videos and writing test cases at home for practice. So Neeraja, please approach ITLN team. We have thousands of members, over 16,000 or 17,000 members so far. So we really can't figure out. I cannot figure out. So you have to send an email, ask for the specific details. The team will help you out. Is the real-time project is both on manual and automation? But depending on the course, if you're part of manual testing only, it will be manual testing. If you're part of automation, it will be automation. So depending on the course and live project that you join, Accordingly, the projects will be organized. Priya, any kind of discount or what you're talking about, I have no idea to it. Please, you interact with the team directly. If they are talking with you about, since you're already an existing member on other courses, so please approach them. The team will help you. Resume job placement will be done after training. Ankur, for the people who go through live project and successfully complete the live project, we will work on the resume and we will also assist in placement. I am not able to see the questions being asked by trainees. Yes, the reason is we have dozens of participants in this session. Once we open up to show what others are asking, the session will get diluted. That is why only we as organizers are able to see them and give you answers. So I'm reading out the questions and answering it back. I would like to take a course specifically on performance testing tools, live training. Is there a schedule on that? Maithili, again, you'll have to approach the team. I don't know if there's a live training schedule yet, but I believe there is one coming up soon. So you can interact with learn@itln.com. They will give you the information. Varsha, if you go to the pricing page, you will see the details of the prices for each course. All right. So, how do I get help in placement and resume building? Once you're part of the live training and the live project, you will get assistance on it. We will send you sample resumes. We will tell you how the format should be. We will show how you're doing this live project and how you got to present it. And then we will also review your resume and give you feedback on how it is. How if I join QA then upgrade it master of software testing later? Yes. So Chintan, lot of members do that. They start with one course and then they upgrade or add more courses. So that is fine. Don't worry about it. Take what you feel is needed right now, what you feel is essential for your career, your growth. Then you can always try and upgrade later, and we will make sure that you get the right amount reimbursed and so on, depending on what you've already paid. So that you don't have to worry. Are you going to start QTP training immediately after the live project on manual testing? Right now, that's the plan. So it may start even before, it may start parallelly. There is also something else we are planning to start as QTP Selenium placement assistance, specifically preparing for those jobs. So it depends on it, Pravina. We will let you know. How practical is it to coordinate with people and do project? Please give heads up, Karthik. Priya, the live projects have been one of the most successful things that I've ever seen, ever done. If you look at the feedback from all the participants who've gone through the live project, you will be surprised at the amount of content, amount of satisfaction they've built because of doing live projects. It increased their confidence and their hands-on capability so significantly that they now feel that they can go and execute any kind of a job with a lot of confidence. So that ability just the training may not give you. Live project hence I believe is very very essential, and we have seen our live projects being extremely successful. I'm not holding back my words in any sense. I'm telling you very, very vividly that live projects have a lot of value, especially because you work with teams. You'll see all the challenges, you'll see all the issues that you'll face typically working in a project, and you'll see how you'll come out successfully. That is what you take to your resume and interviews. What is the most famous bug tracking tool? Hina, again, very specific question that you can probably use it in a forum. There is nothing called most famous. It is all dependent on how many people are using what tools. So if you go and just do a job trend search on indeed.com, you will get a good idea on which is more popular these days. Are doing Ruby mine also? No, we're not, Rani. How will I get access to tools like QC Jira during course? So typically we will give you guidance and instructions on how you can download, install, and start working with the trial versions which are provided by the companies itself. Can you help me for job placement in Ireland? Ashwin, we haven't tried the geography at all, so I really can't promise for Ireland. But again, um, what we could definitely do is build your skill, give you the exposure, and get you the live project experience that you need. that you can take in any geography. Is Selenium covered in MoST-V? MoST-V covers a lot of courses, team. Shankar, do me a favor once, please. Can you take under most online courses, Master Software Testing? If you scroll down all the way, you'll find it. Yeah, there it is. Halfway up. Yep. So here, if you look at, just scroll down, please. These are the first 4 batches of MoST, and here are the course contents for MoST. What all are included as part of Master Software Testing, right? So let's keep that there. I'm just seeing if there are any questions which are not related. I'm not covering it. Do you do ISTQB training also? Yes, we do. When are you going to do that? Probably it will start after a few weeks after we complete with manual testing. We just completed one very recently. In fact, it is going on. So I think another 2 or 3 months to start the next ISTQB. Can you help US students for job placement? Yes, Vijay. Important fast track videos are being paid version. It is really disappointing, Karthik. So, Priya, but then it is a training, right? How can I put all the videos for free? Important fast track videos are being paid version. I'm sorry, Priya. What we've tried to do is very humbly give a lot of free content. In fact, you would not even believe the fact that there are so many students who've come to us and said, thank you so much for the free content. Only with the free content we could go and start our learning and still get a job. So it is, at the end of the day, we believe that we have helped a lot of people worldwide, and that is the reason these videos are so popular for us. All right, thank you so much, team. I believe that's about it to the end. um, can we also help people Australia for job placement? Australia has been a bigger market, team, for us. We do have a lot of participants who've come from Australia, but physically, since we are not there, we do not have a great control over there. But again, like Ireland, UK, Europe, and so on, you still have to explore your own market there and see how you could take it. We will give you the platform, we'll give you the tools for it, but then you have to try it at your end, please. Canada, yes, Canada, we do have a few options, Shweta, so we can try and definitely help you out there. All right, everyone, thank you so much. We're really glad to see so many participants coming and joining from different parts of the world. And I'm really happy to see that, Shankar, you're taking on lead. You're presenting to the right content and how we're going to approach. Any questions, team, you continue to have, feel free to send us an email. Once again, thank you so much. Have a great evening, morning, depending on where you are. And we'll see you back on for the day 1 session. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you,
Thank
Shankar.
you. Thank you, team. Yeah, thank you.